Alrighty. And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Expose the Powerful Lies. Here we are again. Fancy seeing you here. I said during the weekend that I wouldn't have any time to stream this week, and it turns out I was a freaking liar, dude. I was a downright dirty, down in the dirt dogging liar, dude. Because here we are. It's the middle of the week. And we're back with another radio stream. So thank you all for being here. Please like and share. We're going to kick it right into the intro song, and then I'll be back. You know what to do, y'all. You know what to do. I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty. And we're back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Expose the Powerful Lies. As per usual, flying by the seat of my pants, dude. I realized 5 seconds before the intro song finished up, I was like, oh, I didn't post it to Discord, and I had to hop over, so now I'm like freaking going crazy trying to send links out there. I hope everybody's having a good night. I'm exhausted. I just got home from work, dude. My body's sore. It was a hot day. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. Forgot to grab my little rag of water to wipe my face down, dude. I'm a mess, dude. I'm a mess. I hope y'all are having a little bit of a calmer time than me right in this exact moment. We're here for a radio stream. It's going to be a nice, short and sweet one. I think I only got one radio show pulled up. I think it's like 25 minutes long, so that's what's on the docket for today. We'll see how we're feeling after that, and maybe we'll pop on a random one, see how that goes. But before we get into the radio and all that, I did want to comment on a few things, and I did want to bring you guys a little bit of a more serious message in the beginning. A little bit of an apology, actually, for myself, because where to begin? Well, I guess I'll just say that, the last time that we did a show during the Tucker Carlson show. Shouts out Dangerfield Henley. Shouts out Jay Perry. Shouts out Mella. Shouts out Blue Skittle. What's up? What's up? What's up to all the lurkers? What's up to all the party people in the house? When we did the Tucker Carlson show, I mentioned about how, before the stream, I usually will say a short prayer because that's what my spiritual father told me to do. And obviously, try to, even though I'm not clergy, right? And all the years I've been doing this, I've made it very clear I'm a soul boy, I'm a moron, I'm just a guy sharing my thoughts, hoping to point the way towards the church, saying, hey, I'm broken. Here I am in all my brokenness, right? God has helped me so much, right? If you too are broken, go to the church, okay? If you too want to learn more about Orthodoxy, here's some good places to go. Go to Jay Dyer, go to DPH, go check out Jim Bob, go check out these people. In my own sinful, broken way, try to act as a signpost, try to boost the signal of smarter, faster boys than myself, and mainly to point the direction towards the church, the Ark of Salvation, where the fullness of truth can be found, the Orthodox Church. And so while I have gone to great pains to say I am not a representative of the Orthodox faith, I am a slow boy sharing his slow boy opinions. I'm going to get things wrong. I'm not, anything you hear from me, take with a grain of salt and always go to your spiritual father, all these things. There is a reality and a truth to the fact that each one of us as Christians do in some small way, obviously, because we're members of the church, represent the church. And so, for example, if I were to hop on here and be like, everybody take cocaine and do demonic rituals, right? Like, it doesn't matter that I'm not clergy. Like, that's not cool, and that would be a problem. And I would be hearing from my bishop pretty quickly after that. I say all that to say this. We have commented many times on piety signaling and on things of that nature. And when we were doing the stream the last time, I did my little prayer thing. I grabbed my prayer rope. I brought it out here. And I usually try at great lengths to keep it on my lap because I never use it. I'm a sinner. I don't pray. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm awful. But I usually try to keep it on my lap. And if I'm watching something, you know what I mean? Just to have it here, I can pray. I can look at it and remind myself I'm a Christian. Don't do anything stupid, right? Don't fly off the handle. Don't forget if I start freaking out, if I start going crazy, I have it here. And it reminds me, chill out, be good, say good things. Well, there's a thing called camera consciousness. Everybody that's ever been on camera knows when the camera goes on, your brain starts to work a little bit differently. And you realize I'm on camera and you think a little bit differently and things are just you're a little bit more self-conscious, right? When you start off doing YouTube, you get super anxious and nervous because you don't want to look stupid and, you might be hyper focused on how you look. For me, I don't focus on how I look. I focus mainly on what the chat is saying and what I'm saying because I don't want to stumble over my words or be a moron. And so we started the show out and I had not realized that my prayer rope was on my wrist and I'm sitting there smoking cigarettes with the prayer. It's not funny. I'm sitting there with a prayer rope around my wrist smoking a cigarette, and I didn't realize that it was still on my wrist. And so when I went back to preview the stream to cut up some clips and put it out there, I saw it and I was like, oh god, dude, that looks so bad. Like, I'm not an optics guy. I don't really ever. I try to present myself honestly, without pretense, without posture, right? Here I am in all my brokenness, as I said. So I don't think about optics, but that one was really gross to me. Nobody said anything to me. It's just I just feel bad and want to apologize and acknowledge it. That whether it's icons, right, whether it's prayer ropes, whether it's all these things, these are not accoutrement, they're not costumes, they're not decorations, they're not jewelry. They are tools that we use in our spiritual life. Better people than myself use in their spiritual life. And we treat all these things in the church with reverence, and they're holy things, and they're important. And when I go from room to room, and if I bring it, I'll usually wrap it around my hand just to bring it, and they'll take it off. I'll put it in my lap, and I was not paying attention, and I didn't notice it until 5 minutes into the stream. And so, please forgive me. That was stupid. That was ugly. Didn't like it. Please forgive me. That's all I wanted to say about that. What else, dude? Okay, so there was a comment that I kind of wanted to talk about, and I did want to respond a little bit to the Tucker stream as well, when we were talking about the Roman Catholic priest, the exorcist, the super cool, totally real and not a pathological liar exorcist, Father Chad Rippenberger, Father Chad Build-A-Bear. And somebody was commenting, and sort of asking for clarifications about orthodoxy and sort of my opinions about the demonic and stuff like that. So we could talk a little bit about that. But I wanted to say that the one thing that makes me so sort of personally off-put by that kind of content and that kind of like genre of content, meet the real life exorcist. These guys are levitating and speaking in Latin. What bothers me so much is that throughout all the time that I've been doing this, one of the main goals that I have when I talk about orthodoxy to people is to bring people down to earth, right? To point at the reality of Christ, the lived day-to-day hardcore reality and truth of the Christian faith, of the fact that the truth is that Jesus Christ is God. That's a knowable fact, right? That is a literal true thing. And that the Orthodox faith, the Christian faith, is literally true, and it's a hardcore reality that you can interface with and that you can, come to when you are literally in reality broken and dying from your sin. You can literally go to the literal real hospital and literally be healed and saved by the literal true God, Jesus Christ. And when I see this sort of, gosh, dude, I always forget this word, dude. I forgot it last time we were on sensationalized. When we see the sensationalized version of Christianity, that in my estimation, in my humble personal analysis, is meant to sensationalize and interest and intrigue people, it personally offends me because you are taking something that is beautiful and perfect and true and miraculously crazy, like what did I just say? What's the S word I use? I'm brain farting. I'm literally brain damaged. Sensational. This truth, this reality, that is sensational. That is crazy. That is amazing. And it's like you don't need the fakery. You don't need the lies. And it's repugnant to me. And anytime somebody's going to take something like God and try to like glob on these like lies and this fantasy and this story, it's just so evil, dude. And it's like kind of reminds me about the Roman Catholics with the filioque, right? Oh, what's the big deal? We'll just add this to the creed. I mean, we got to fight the Arians. It's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. It's the same thing like I was saying in the Tucker stream. Like I feel like they're like, oh, I can fib a little bit. It's for a good cause. It's to get people in the church, interest people. And none of us are exempt from this temptation. Protestants, Orthodox, Roman Catholics, all of us are humans and all of us love the interesting, juicy stories, right? We love to hear the, whoa, crazy story. And there are real crazy stories out there, We love that kind of thing. And so there is this temptation to like hyper focus on it and want the signs and the wonders and the flashy stuff and to lose sight of the truth and the reality of what's going on. You don't have to make stuff up. The truth is crazy. I was talking to the commenter, and let's just pull up the comments here so I can actually read them. So I can remind myself what I was saying here. Okay, yeah, at first he says, careful, my friend, ascribing intention and accusing is the profession of the other side. And then I had to ask for clarification about what he's talking about. So where am I going to motive? Like, what are you talking about? He said, you accused him of being a liar and that they were fibbing just a little to get people to join the Catholic Church. And I said, oh, okay. Yes, I did, and I stand by that. And I get it if people disagree or don't see it that way. But with me being Orthodox and with my own personal experience dealing with demonic attacks for a long time, having seen demons with my own eyes, which if you are a viewer, I'm sure you've heard me tell that story. I'll tell it again real quick for those of you who haven't heard it. I said, I know what they are, and I know what they aren't. It is my discernment, my opinion, that this person, Father Chad Rippinger, is lying. He might even believe it, might be a pathological lie, but deep down I believe he knows he's lying, but that's just my opinion and analysis. Before we go on, wait, what? Wait, what, EPL? I thought you were just saying don't be sensational, and you're saying you saw a demon? Every Orthodox Christian, if they're practicing, if they're just trying their best to fight their passions, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say if you've been Orthodox for more than a few years, you should, by this point, be intimately familiar in your own life with demonic attacks, right? You should at least have a little bit of experience getting shot with arrows from the enemy. Enough to where you go, oh, okay, that's a demon. I'm not claiming to be some freaking demon expert here. I'm not. I'm not at all. There's people who know way more about it. I'm not an expert on anything to do with orthodoxy. But I've had enough experience in my own life of them to know, okay, at least this is a way that they operate. This is how they work when you're attacked from outside of yourself. As for the actual experience of seeing a demon, right, this is kind of what I was saying in the beginning about the truth is pretty sensational. Some miraculous stuff happens sometimes, really, like actually in the world. Like the one time I got into a car accident and then time slowed down. I got T-boned and time slowed down, slow motion like the movies, and I felt a bubble around me. And while I'm spinning slowly and the car's flipping, I just know like I'm going to be okay because there's like a bubble around me and I'm going to walk away without a scratch. And that happened. Right? That really happened. That's not like like obviously y'all are just hearing some random person tell you that, but like I know I'm not lying. Like that actually happened. That's a thing I lived through. And you can say, "Well, it's a it's just a brain chemical that did that." Fine. You could say that, right? But I mean, I don't believe that. Like seemed pretty obvious it was a guardian angel or an angel going, okay, let's just slow things down a little bit. It's not Jerry's time to break his neck yet. Let's just slow things down just a little bit. Just protect him a little bit. Make sure he doesn't die. That's what it seems like to me. Could be wrong. What do I know? Okay, but that's a miraculous thing that happened. One of many miracles that's happened during my life that left me with a strong impression back then, long before I was a Christian, that, wow, there's more stuff going on in life behind the scenes than little materialist secular Jerry realized, you know, left an impression on me. I have a video on my channel. I don't know if it's public or not. The day after I had this demonic experience where I go out, I make this video and I'm like, whoa, I just saw a demon last night. This is crazy. Like I was, it's sleep paralysis or whatever people call sleep paralysis. And I have my own theories about sleep paralysis and all this stuff. But isn't it funny that I never had sleep paralysis before or since? Isn't it funny that I never had any experience like this? Never in my life hallucinated, never had any sort of mental illness issues or anything like that. And then all of a sudden I'm starting to do witchcraft. I'm starting to do rituals in the woods where I'm calling upon my ancestor spirits and I'm calling upon the spirits of the air and the spirits of the heavenly bodies, and I'm asking for wisdom and I'm asking for power and I'm asking for all of these things using this witchcraft. And then right away, all of a sudden, I'm laying in bed and I open my eyes and I see what was obvious to me a demon, which didn't look like anything I had ever seen before, didn't look like what I would have guessed a demon looked like. I don't even know if it was what demons actually look like. Okay, these are bodiless angels. It looked unhuman. It looked like it was an individual, right? A person, I don't know a better word for it, but it was clearly like a unit, one individual conscious aware thing that was non-human. And it was very, very, very odd feeling. Paralyzed, obviously, is typical sleep paralysis. You can't move. And I was like, oh, what the heck? And it was attached to me. And I'm looking at it, wide awake, and I'm like, very, 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 very shocked by the experience. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I can move. And now there was no breaking consciousness. There was no waking up. It was literally, I'm looking at the room. I can see everything. And it's like, so at the time, wasn't a Christian, didn't believe in anything to do with Christianity. And yet I had an internal sort of just a knowing that like, oh, that's a demon. Like, obviously that's a demon. If you would have asked me at that time, like, do you believe in demons? I would have probably said something like, Well, I think demons are like misunderstood. I think they're cosmic entities, but I don't think they're what the Christians say they are. And yet, in that moment, in that experience, I just knew that's a demon, and it's attached to me. Right as I'm starting to do these witchcraft rituals and stuff, like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. Okay, I don't believe, oh, it just so happened that the one time that I experienced this and see a freaking demon, it just so happens to be when I'm doing freaking witchcraft. Like, gee, I wonder if that was God saying, hey, stop doing this. This is what you're opening yourself up to. So it bothers me greatly when I see people making stuff up and they're sort of leaning into the whoa, this is speaking in Latin and floating and levitating and blah 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 blah. Because you don't need to look far into Orthodoxy to see miraculous things. You don't need to be an Orthodox Christian for very long to see miracles, to see miraculous things and go, wow, reality is crazy, dude. Like the real deal reality is crazy. God is so cool, life is so cool, creation is so cool. You don't have to make stuff up. And so it is personally offensive to me, and that's why I took such a strong offense to it. Okay, so that was me just trying to explain myself a little bit there. And I did just want to, even though I know all of you guys have heard that story a million times, for anybody who hasn't, that's what I mean. I just feel bad after saying, hey, don't be sensational, and then I just drop a hint like, yeah, I just so happen to have had experiences like that. And then he asked me specific questions about demons, and I just want to take the moment to say that, like, he says, what would you define demons as? Do the Orthodox ever speak of them? Okay, we'll get to this. Do the Orthodox ever speak of them? Yes. Orthodox speak about the demonic all the time. We don't want to like put a bunch of focus on the demonic. We don't want to put a bunch of focus on, hey, let's all think about how cool and interesting demons are, dude. They're so interesting. It's like a movie. No, they're gross. Like I said, they're disgusting. They're repulsive. They suck. They're pathetic. God's awesome. Angels are awesome, and that's our focus. Our focus is on God, not on the demonic. But yes, Orthodox Christians, smarter, fast boy, clergy, priests, the people you should be going to for, actual Orthodox like theology and stuff, talk about the demonic when appropriate all the time. He says, such as their ontological purpose. Now, I mean, like, I guess he's saying the purpose for their being. Demons do have ontology. They are actually real. We don't believe that they're metaphors or that they're figment of your imagination. We believe they're fallen angels. But when you ask their purpose, that gets a little weird. Again, from my slow boy perspective here. When you're asking, like, what's their purpose, right? Like, a lot of times when we talk about things, we can talk about, like, here's a good thing that happens because of this unfortunate thing, right? And you can kind of see, like, oh, that's something good came out of that. But we, at least in my experience, don't talk about like why does God allow demons to exist, right? Because that reminds me of like Job and God rebuking Job for trying to like probe into God's divine judgment and plan. It's like, what? Shut up, dude. Trust God. We don't. God, explain to me why you allow demons to exist. Like, what? You're a baby, dude. Quiet. Sit down and shut up. Like, you got work to do, bro. Repent. Like, so if you want to know, like, what the Orthodox, why did what's the purpose? I would just say, that it's not like very Orthodox to be asking, like, what's the ultimate purpose, right? We can speculate about good things that come from demonic temptation. I mean, we're strengthened by, resisting temptation. It's like wind on a plant. It makes you stronger, right? But I don't want to be prideful and be like, let me explain. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get into God's mind and try to fully comprehend it and grasp it. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. Their properties as created by God and distorted by their fallen nature. Do demons operate outside of God's jurisdiction? Again, we're getting into areas that are above my pay grade, okay? We're getting into things where it's like you should really like I don't even want to answer some of these things. What I can say in terms of their properties as created by God and distorted by their fallen nature. Well, what can I say for sure that isn't going to be like wrong or speaking out of pocket? How does the Orthodox Church represent angels? Right? We can look into the church and all the traditions of the church, iconography and et cetera, and we can see like in your church when you go to liturgy, like how does the church represent angels? Well, it shows often these beings with wings, They have a human head, right? Do I think that, if I see like an icon showing like an angel, it's got these wings and like a human head, is that what it really looks like? If I was sitting in front of this bodiless creature and my noose was just so clear, I could just see it crystal clear, God allows me to see it, would it look just like that icon? Maybe. Probably not. In my guess, probably not. But though that depiction, right, tells us something true about it. What do the wings represent? Well, it can move. It can move. It can go. It can fly from one place to another. It tells you angels are messengers. They go from here and they go to there, right? And this is all metaphor, symbol. It's a way of allowing our minds to grasp, to find a truth in this. A human head, that makes me think of like, okay, it's got a mouth, it can speak. It's got eyes, it can see. It's got ears, it can hear. It's got a nose, it can smell. Does that mean that the seraphim have eyes that don't? No, but that symbolism of the face tells me, okay, it's got wings, it can move, and it can deliver a message, right? Angels being messengers of God, doing the will of God, right? Carrying a message. Same thing makes me think of demons, which are fallen angels, which is bad angels coming, flying up to you, whispering something bad into your ear, tempting you, right? And so that's all I would say about that. That's all I would say about that is if you want to know their properties and stuff, I'm not the guy to ask, but I would just point to something like the iconography and the symbolism that's present there and say, well, this is what I know for sure. I know for sure that they can bring you messages that are not good. And that's probably why angels are depicted with a mouth and wings, right? But that, again, just speculating here. Just speculating. Um, Distorted by their fallen nature. Again, these are all like very specific questions, and I get that people want the specific answer. And I was thinking about the Roman Catholics the other day, and I saw a video where a Protestant was talking about, I went to this Bible study, and there was like 15 guys in this Bible study, and every single one of these guys are like honestly sincere, truth-seeking Christians, and they're trying their best to follow Jesus and live Jesus' way, and be a good Protestant. And we're all reading the same verse, and there's 15 of us, and there's 15 different interpretations of this verse. And he's like, they can't all be right. Like something's not right here. They're all good. Like, so is God allowing this guy to be, confused and wrong? And this guy, like, he was wrestling with the lack of that authority, or that normative authority that Jay talks about a lot. And then I was thinking about like the Roman Catholic solution to that is like, let's just elect one of these guys. You know what I mean? Let's just have an election, and then he's our guy, and he can tell us which one's right. Well, obviously, would you believe that? Like if one of those guys got elected and appointed, and like, okay, he's our guy, he'll tell us which one's right. That doesn't, just because you picked him to be your top dog doesn't mean that his opinion's right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of funny. So a lot of people want this like very specific, give me the properties, give me the boundaries, give me the exact definitions. And in certain questions we can do that, certain things we can't. And I don't claim to be able to give answers like that. Do demons operate outside of God's jurisdiction? I would say no. Again, not a theologian, no clue. Ask a priest, ask somebody smarter than me. But I would say that nothing happens outside of God's jurisdiction. Like what? Come on now. What? No. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. That would mean that like a demon. That would mean that God had no power over the demons, right? And obviously He does. So, or does He allow them to persevere in their meddling so that the greater good can be achieved by their wicked intent? Well, if you're a Christian, you know that what men intend for evil, God uses for good. God only does good. God is pure, perfectly good, right? So that question should be easily enough answered. So I just wanted to respond to that because I told the guy I would respond to it. And I mainly just wanted to say, like, yeah, some of those questions are just above me, but some of them I can give you my 2 cents on, and that's about it. All right, so I covered my little apology that I wanted to make. I covered that. I told you why I was so offended by the Roman Catholic, and shared my 2 cents on my experiences with the demonic, and why I'm not saying if you hear a story and it's wild, it's automatically untrue. Like, you don't have to go very far into Orthodoxy to find like really miraculous stuff. You read the hagiography, especially in the first millennium, especially in like the first couple of centuries, like you see some wild stories in there. All right, and I just accept it on faith and like, cool. But it's not the miraculous and the crazy stuff isn't the basis for my faith. Like, I don't believe in God because I've seen some signs and wonders, and it's like, wow, these miracles are why I believe in God. Like, I believe in God because I encounter God directly through His grace and through His energies in the Orthodox Church through the sacraments. That's why I believe in God, because I was broken, and then from coming and entering into the church, directly encountering God's energies and His grace, it's like, it's undeniable, for me, in my opinion. So that's why I believe in God. And if every miracle that was ever documented by the church, they were all frauds, every single one, some dude was just making it up, it literally wouldn't change my faith at all. It wouldn't even impact whether or not I thought Orthodoxy was true, because it's not why I think Orthodoxy is true. I think Orthodoxy is true because it's a lived experience. The truth of it, the reality of it, is something that I live every day. Not because I'm spiritual, not because I'm just a spiritual athlete. I'm not, dude. I'm like the worst one ever. The worst Christian possible. But because it's God's grace is just that abundant and overwhelming, overflowing, that it can reach all the way to the lowest dregs where I reside by just coming to the church, which is why I've told you guys now since 2019, go to the church, dude. I don't care how screwed up you are. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with people through this channel. I make friends with people in the live chat, and then we end up talking, in private or whatever, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm too screwed up, dude. I'm too mad." It's like, bro, just shut up and go to the church, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but you're actually not, bro. Like, I don't care how broke you are. Just go. Just shut up and go. All right. Anyways, we're going to get to the radio now. What's up to Mella? What's up to Henley? What's up to Marilyn? Good to see you, Marilyn. Dangerfield. I'm going to read the chat now. But you're our guru, and you sent me those crystals, bro. Those are our secret crystals, Henley. Don't tell nobody about my crystals. Those are secret, dude. They're going to lose all their magic power if you tell them. Fly off the handle, is that a witchy thing, says Mella? Yeah, I'm flying off my broom handle. Mela says that's usually how I get attacked too. Oh yeah, okay, that reminds me. So like, let's just say like, because there's a lot of like we talked about the last show. There's a lot of like these psychobabble, psychoanalysis babble wine moms, who want to discount everything demonic. When they become Orthodox, and it's like instantly they hear somebody talking about like a demon, and they're like, nope, you have psychosis. Nope, you have bipolar schizoid affective disorder. Nope, it's not demonic. It's actually you need to be on medication. Nope. Let's just say like, I shared that sleep paralysis story. Let's just say, yeah, it was sleep paralysis. Totally normal, totally materialist explanation for it is the true reason why that happened. It was just a coincidence that it coincided directly with me engaging in witchcraft. Just a coincidence. It was actually just like a chemical misfiring in my brain. One and done. And I just so happened to see this thing that looked nothing like what I thought a demon would look like, but I just knew internally it was a demon. Let's just say that was just not true. Okay, well, again, as an Orthodox Christian, there are many times where we encounter these demonic attacks just by fighting our fight, just by living your life where you will be, I'm doing good, I'm proud, I was able to do something good today. And then out of nowhere, you will just get assaulted with a passion, that is way stronger, and that you can feel it coming from outside of you. You can feel that you are being sort of pulled in a certain direction or pushed in a certain direction. And it's almost like I could say like somebody's like, you can picture your passions like a fire inside of you. It almost feels like somebody's like with the bellows, like just like fanning the flames, like, let's get this guy riling, That's like, that's how the demons attack me. It's an attack, it's an assault from the outside. And so even if the sleep paralysis thing isn't true, it's like we encounter the demonic all the time through just being assaulted with these sort of temptations and with these sort of inflaming of our passions and whatnot. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not tripping over my words too much. You know, I try not to talk too much about this stuff just because it's not really my place and because I'm a moron, but I did want to comment on that. So yeah, Mela says that's usually how I get attacked too. Mela says sleep paralysis is no joke. Yeah, a lot of people want to be like, oh, that wasn't a demon, that's sleep paralysis. That's like a thing. But I'm the opposite. I'm like, if I hear somebody's got sleep paralysis, I'm like, that's not sleep paralysis, that's a demon. Every single, I haven't met many people that have experienced sleep paralysis IRL, like in real life met people. Obviously on the internet you hear about it all the time. But in my day-to-day life, the only people I've ever met who have experienced it are people that are into tarot, into psychedelic drugs, into witchcraft, into all this stuff. So that leads me, slow boy though I be, to go, sounds kind of like that might actually be the demonic. Like, I don't know. Could just be a coincidence, but to me, I flipped the wine mom thing, and I think it's actually that what we're calling sleep paralysis just so happens to be the demonic. But what do I know? Dangerfield says, Christ casts out demons in the Gospels, literally, not figuratively. Right, and that was my message. I was trying to show why we can show how demons are cast out of people, right? And how in our day-to-day life we see that happen. We see it happen. And you don't have to create this fiction to try to be like, see, I proved it. It's just like the Roman Catholics with transubstantiation. It's like they're always trying to prove to the world that they're not cringe. It's like the world's going through like a scientific, all this science is going on, and the Roman Catholic Church is like, no, 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 we're cool too. We're cool too. We don't believe in like crazy mythology. Like, no, 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 it's science. Like when it hits your stomach, it actually turns to flesh and blood. We're cool. We're scientists too. We're part of the cool club too. That's just the vibe that they give. Like it's like they're always trying to be accepted by the world. And Orthodox are just like, it's a mystery. Yeah, it's a miracle. That's it. Take it or leave it. Is it the body and blood or is it bread and wine? Yes. It sure is. Are you going to explain? No. Like, that's just what it is. And the crazy thing is it's actually true. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's actually true. Go see for yourself if you want. I don't know what to tell y'all. I've been telling y'all since 2019. I'll just keep saying it. It's actually true. It's crazy. It's a miracle. Dangerfield says pagan myths always have hidden and disguised gods, demons, but Anglos, but angels, yeah, Anglos, but angels never hide who they are in Scripture. Also, I'm eating a Tide Pod and I'm very slow. I love you. I love you, Hadley. It's always good to see you here. We are all God, and here comes Marilyn, dude. Oh, Marilyn. Anyways, Jeff says angels are servants and not sons. Some are faithful and some are not. Sure. All right, let's get to the radio, dog. Let's get to the freaking radio. Everybody, please like and share if you like my channel. If you support my work, please feel free to super chat or send in a donation via Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. If you send it in during the show, I will read all super chats live. We are not a monetized channel, so that y'all don't have to deal with the annoying advertisements that YouTube puts on these videos, because there's nothing worse than advertisements on YouTube, period. They are the worst. They inflame my rage, dude. Talk about something that inflames passions, dude. Advertisements on YouTube makes me want to freaking explode, dude. Makes me want to explode. Today's episode of the radio is called Momentum, and it is episode 356 from Suspense. Uh-oh. My screen froze. Uh-oh.
Suspense.
That was weird, dude. My computer just glitched out. Hopefully everybody's still here.
Autolite and its 96,000 dealers present Mr. Victor Mature in Momentum, a suspense play produced and edited by William Spear.
Victor Mature. He's very mature.
Say, Hap.
Yes, Harlow?
This morning I was telling a cantankerous cartoon of a car it would run better with Autolite resistor spark plugs when it reared up on its differential and replied, "What do you think I'm waiting for?"
A talking car.
Well, every bright buggy knows that Autolite resistor spark plugs mean a smoother idle and better engine performance on leaner gas mixtures.
Why, that's common knowledge among cars.
Right, you are, Hap. Autolite resistor spark plugs have 200% longer electrode life, and they cut down on spark plug interference with radio and television, too. Why, millions are in use. Backed by the engineering know-how of Autolite, wide-gap Autolite resistor spark plugs assure top, all-round spark plug performance. Get Autolite resistor spark plugs. Remember, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, with momentum and with the performance of Victor Mature, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
I look just like any other guy standing on a platform waiting for a train at night. The other people walking up and down here waiting for their train, they might look and they might not. Just a guy waiting for a train, waiting to say goodbye to New York. They don't know I'm different. It's starting to snow. They think the way I'm clutching my coat collar together is because I'm cold. They don't know I've got a bullet in my neck.
I was going to say, they don't know I got a shotgun clutched in my shirt collar. They don't know I got a grenade launcher up in this frickin' jacket.
Yeah. This is some of that bad trouble my wife always is telling me I'm going to get myself in.
And I say, no, you bad. She said, no, you bad. I said, no, you bad.
Bad trouble. All those people dying on account of it. Like a snowball when it starts rolling itself up, gathering, what is it? Momentum. Well, in another 20 minutes, her train will be here, and I'll meet her, and we'll be on our way to San Francisco, and things will be different. Things will be a lot different. I never thought today was going to be like this. Since noon today, it's already lasted a couple million years.
It's momentum. I'm just a rolling stone, dude. You can't keep me down, dude. I just got too much momentum flowing through me.
A couple of million years.
Dick, get up.
What's the idea?
Oh, Dick, get up. It's noon. 12 o'clock, and you haven't even gotten out of bed yet.
What? 12 noon. Hey, you're going to be late for work.
I'm home on my lunch hour. I thought you'd do something like this. Sleeping all day,
I was up late last night.
shooting pool.
All right, a guy's got to
It's the 1950s. Your lunch hour means you have to be making
have
lunch.
some relaxation.
I'm hungry.
6 months. You haven't even tried to get a job.
Oh, nuts.
Nobody's out of work these days.
Like I told you, it's got to be the right thing, that's all. I don't want to take the first stinking job that comes along.
Or do you want me to go on supporting you?
You didn't have to say that.
Well, everybody's saying. The people downstairs, the landlord, everybody. I didn't have my little job. How could we eat?
So everybody's saying you're supporting me. Is that it?
Well, isn't it?
I'll show.
Well, just because it's true doesn't mean we have to talk about it. I mean, geez, Louise. Can't a guy just not work and have his wife support him without being shamed for it? I'm trying to play Fortnite, honey. I'm trying to play freaking Marvel Ultra or whatever it's called. I'm trying to play Roblox. Okay? Could you go back to work? You're killing the vibe right now. But make me a PB&J before you leave, please. I love you.
I'll show them all. Who are they with the cheap little ideas and two-bit jobs? You don't have to work like a slave to make a living.
Oh, Dick. When you talk like... Sometimes I'm afraid you're going to get in trouble.
The guy's a little down
Wait.
on his luck.
The way she said that made me think that she's just exhausted, and that made me think she's working in the literal coal mines. Like, this dude's just chilling, and she's like, "God, it's my lunch hour," and she's just head to foot covered in black soot. Just coal mining while this guy's sleeping on a futon. Oh, goodness. Jeff Perry, dude, our resident old school classic film and radio expert, says, anyone know what biblical character Victor Mature played on the big screen? I don't, dude. Was he in the Ten Commandments or in one of these other biblical epics from back in the day? That's interesting, dude. I'd actually never heard of Victor Mature until listening to this radio show, so enlighten us.
And all of a sudden, little wifey's a martyr. She has to go out and work.
Dick, please.
That's it, isn't it? You're a martyr.
Wah,
John.
I have to go to the coal mine while my husband plays Roblox. Wah, you
I
sound
didn't
like a
say that at
baby.
all.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Dick, When I get home from work tonight, we're going to have to find a place to live.
Now, this place isn't good enough for you, huh?
No, darling. This is our last day. We're being evicted.
Says who?
The landlord stopped me this morning. We owe him 3 months' rent. I simply haven't got it. Well, we have until tomorrow morning.
Well, listen, nobody throws Dick
Well, honey, you're just going to have to pick up a couple extra shifts.
Payne out of his own place.
I'll try to get home early. Find a hotel, maybe.
Wait a minute. Don't bother. I'll get some dough. I know just where. Mr. Burroughs.
Oh, Dick, you're not going to Mr.
Why
Burroughs.
not? He owes it to me.
Just let me borrow $20. I'm going to the racetrack.
Making money out of my invention, isn't he?
Dick, you know that when you worked for Mr. Burroughs, you were paid for everything you did.
Yeah, if you call a couple of bucks a week pay. Burroughs is making a lot of dough in that stinking shop just because of my invention.
But he's not that way. I worked for him, too, remember?
Then you ought to know how he cheated me. Yeah, that's what he did. He cheated me.
You know Mr. Burroughs isn't that kind of man. The firm isn't run that way. If you had anything
Go
coming...
ahead. That's right. Stick up for that shyster who robbed your own husband. I'm going over and see him today for a showdown.
Oh, Dick, please don't go over there. Don't make any trouble.
First, I need you to pack me a lunch and give me some bus fare, honey.
Need dough, don't we? We're being evicted, aren't we? Well, I'm going to show you a little action. I'm going out and get her some dough.
You know Mr. Burroughs won't listen to anything so foolish.
He'll listen to me, and he'll pay, too, plenty.
Oh, darling, no.
What are you crying about? Look, when I get that dough, you won't have to support me anymore. Cut it out.
Oh,
Back
God,
to
it's so gross. Oh, it's so nasty, dude. This is the slimiest character we've ever heard on this freaking radio series we've been doing. A judge from the tribe of Dan shouldn't have gotten a haircut.
I'll lie here a couple of minutes
He played Samson?
and figure this out. Go on.
Really? What movie was that in?
I guess I was pretty sore when I talked to her like that. But it made me mad. You know, like one of those things leads to another and the whole thing gets going like momentum. By the time I cooled off, I was up in the Bronx where Burroughs has his little office and machine shop in back. I phoned from a drugstore on 192nd Street. And the girl said there'd be a lot of people there all afternoon. So I killed time with a double feature. But I was back there at 6:30, just after dark. And I was mad again, thinking about the eviction and all. There was a light in his office, so I got around the side street. And I tried
Here I am joking, and the homie actually went to the movies.
to see what was going on. The blinds were down over the window, but there was enough space for me to see the part of the room. Someone was in there with me. I couldn't see who it was. They were just shaking hands.
Well, good night. Don't you worry about it anymore. Good night.
I waited right there by the window until whoever it was had gone. Then I walked around and up to the door. But I didn't have to knock.
Oh,
Good evening, Mr. Burroughs.
I was just leaving you. You want to see me about something?
Yeah, yes, sir, I do.
Well, all right. Come in. It's chilly out tonight. Feels
Well, my wife is broke, so I gotta ask you for money.
like snow, maybe. Well, sit down.
Thanks.
Now what?
Well, I used to work here in the shop once. I quit 6 months ago. Remember me, Dick Payne?
I most certainly do remember you, Payne. Married the best secretary I ever had.
Dude, what a name, bro. What a name.
Yeah, Pauline, a wonderful girl.
I think so.
I'm sure you appreciate that. She's a very fine girl.
Yeah, she's all right.
How are things with you and Pauline?
Good.
Want to come back to work, Payne?
Don't judge me for laughing at that name, dude, okay? Y'all laughed at that name too, alright? I'm not the only child in this frickin' chat right now. Alright? Don't make me feel bad for laughing at that. That's a goofy name, dude. That is a goofy name if I ever heard one. That's the perfect name for this greaseball, dude. This dude's a straight-up greaseball, and it's poetic justice that his name is literally Dick Payne.
No, that isn't what I came to see you about. It's about that lug wrench you're still using in the shops, the one with the long
This dude is about as likable as that name.
side screw.
Yeah, what about it?
I invented it, Mr. Burroughs.
Oh, really? I thought Tim Riley worked that out.
Well, Tim worked on it, but it was me who figured out how to set that thumb screw.
Hasn't the thumb screw always been set that way?
Not high on the wrench, no.
Oh,
And
I see.
since I figured it out, while I was here, and since you're using it, well, I think I ought to be paid for it. I worked on it a long time.
Payne, I just don't believe this, frankly. Tim Riley's been my foreman for 12 years. I know him pretty well. He'd have been the first to tell me if you'd contributed anything toward perfecting that wrench.
Well, he wanted all the credit himself.
No, Payne. It's not a matter of credit or money or anything else.
Now, look here, Mr. Burroughs. Look here, Burroughs. I'm not going to be cheated out of anything.
Stop it, Payne. I'm not obligated to you in any way.
Look, you're still using the wrench, aren't you?
I don't want to argue with you, and I don't want to be bothered with you. If it weren't for Pauline and the respect I have for her, I wouldn't even listen to you. I told her just the
Let's
other...
leave her out of this, huh? She's my wife.
Unfortunately for her. You know, Payne, I expected you to...
She's my piggy bank. I mean, wife. She's my pay piggy. I mean, my wife.
This, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, well, where's my dough?
Here. I want you to sign this. Here.
What is it?
A release. Although I don't owe you anything, for Mrs. Payne's sake, I'm giving you some money, because I know you both need it. This release will be my receipt. It'll insure me against you bothering me about this again.
Yeah?
Go ahead, sign it.
Where's the dough? Where's the dough? How much?
$200?
Well, why didn't you say so? Oh, no, you don't, wise guy. I want more than that. Look, if it's big enough to make me sign a release, it's big enough to bring in a lot more dough.
Get out of here, Payne. Get out of here.
And who's going to make...
I'm smaller than you.
This dude is so gross, dude. Oh my gosh. He is definitely taking the frickin' the award for grossest character we've ever had on this series. Now, for those of you, welcome Static Age Show, good to see you. For those of you who are new here and don't know how we do things, whoever guesses how the show ends closest to how it actually ends gets 5 gold stars. So don't be afraid to guess how it ends.
Payne, but so help me, I'll throw you out myself. You're a no-good, worthless...
Cut that!
How Pauline could ever have seen
Look,
anything...
I told you to leave her out of this, didn't I?
Get out of here before
Give me my dough.
Get out of here!
Oh, no, you don't. You don't like that, huh? Well, try this.
Yeah, you don't like getting shot, do you? This guy's a freaking baby. He doesn't like getting shot.
All right, now, Mr. Burroughs. Come on, Mr. Burroughs. I didn't mean to... Mr. Burroughs. You see, it was just one of those days. He said something, and I said something, and it all piles up like a snowball. The first thing somebody gets, hurt. If he'd listened to reason and... Well, if he'd have just listened to reason, he'd be alive now. When I felt his pulse, there was nothing.
Yeah, you know, when you think about it, it's really his fault. It's his fault I moited him.
I opened his coat to feel his heart. And that's when a black, shiny billfold fell out. It was crammed with money. My money.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Victor Mature in Momentum, tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Hey, Hap, what's the book you have there?
Just a story I'm reading, Harlow. Ruggles of Red Gap.
Really? Say, maybe you'd be interested in my life story, Wilcox of Wide Gap.
Wilcox of Wide Gap?
Mm-hmm. It's all about my sterling and sensational success selling Wide Gap Autolite resistor spark plugs.
Sensational success? You?
Certainly. Didn't you know that over 20 million Wide Gap Autolite resistor spark plugs have been sold? And small wonder. Who can resist having a set of Wide Gap Autolite resistor spark plugs installed in his car when I tell him these Wide Gap whizzes mean smoother engine idle, better performance on leaner gas mixtures, actual gas savings? Why, everybody goes for Autolite resistor spark plugs with the exclusive built-in 10,000 ohm Autolite resistor. You get smoother, faster, easier starts in cold temperatures, 200% longer electrode life, reduced spark plug interference with radio and television reception. So, friends, see your neighborhood Autolite spark plug dealer and have him install a set of the famous Wide Gap Autolite resistor spark plugs in your car. Remember, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Victor Mature in Momentum, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
11:50. The train will just be pulling out of Grand Central now. It'll be here in 10 minutes, 12 o'clock. It won't be long now. Another 10 minutes, I'll be safe on that train with Paulie. And all of this will be over. I'll make it. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing. Not even this bullet. He started it all, Mr. Burroughs. And then the whole thing got going. Momentum. I didn't mean to kill him. I just went there to get my money, the money he owed me for using my invention. But nobody saw me do it, and I got out of there. All I wanted to do was get home to Pauline. But first I had to stop somewhere and get a drink. I needed it bad. I found a little place on 3rd Avenue, 60-something. It was empty except for the bartender.
Hello.
Hello. Business is kind of slow tonight, huh?
Big television shows don't start until 8. What'll it be?
I'd like some whiskey. Just whiskey.
Just whiskey, and whiskey it is, mister.
Yeah.
Chase it?
No. Give me another one.
Yeah, I'll chase it with another one.
Sure. Kind of dry, huh?
Yeah.
Another one?
No, that's enough, thanks.
That's $1.20.
$1.20? Oh, that's no problem. Just take it out of... Oh.
Something wrong, buddy?
Oh, no, I've changed my mind.
Yeah, what about?
I think I'll have another drink. Yeah, give me another one. Only make it a double this time.
Sure. Want to pay me for the other 2 first?
I'll pay you when I'm finished.
House rule.
Huh?
Every 2 drinks we always collect in this place. That way, in case anybody tries to run out on a tab, which they don't generally do, 'cause I don't like things like that. We don't lose much if they make it.
Just a minute. You don't think that
Which
I'm trying
they
to...
don't generally do.
Look, I'm not trying to beat you out of anything.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love this bartender, dude. It's so cool.
I got money.
Sure you
So
have.
cool.
You know, there's some guys around this town you just can't tell about. What's the matter?
I feel a little sick. Where's the washroom?
Door right back there behind the cigarette machine. Want to pay me now?
I'll be right back. Just my luck. The drinks were more than...
All my money's covered in blood. Dang it. Always happens to the good guys, you know? All the breaks,
The
dude.
change I had in my pocket. That meant I had to break one of those bills I took from Burroughs. They were all 50s and 100s. I couldn't take a chance on that bartender. He might think it was funny and remember and tell the police. I got panicky.
So making it super awkward and then running off to the bathroom, that's not going to stick in his memory. But paying with a 50 will?
Another one of those snowballing things. I had to get out of that place. In the washroom, there was a window that led off to the alley. I just raised it, and it was climbing up on the sill when the bartender walked in. He was carrying a gun.
All right, wise guy. I thought you'd try something like this. Come on, get over that ledge.
Look, I was only opening the window to get some air in
Yeah,
here.
sure. Tell it to the cops.
I'll pay you. Look, I'll pay you anything you want.
Deadbeat. I spotted you the minute you walked in the joint. I can spot him a mile off. Now, come on, get moving.
No.
Let go
Look,
of my arm, you crazy fool. This
Shall we?
gun's loaded. You might get scared.
Let go of me. You...
You're crazy.
I stood there with the gun in my hand. I didn't mean to hurt him either. But he tried to turn me over to the police for nothing.
Yeah, it was his fault too. Man, I'm having such a day, dude. Guy tries to go collect some money and get a drink, and 2 people end up getting themselves killed with my hands and my gun. It's the worst, dude. Give a guy a break, dude.
I hit him in the leg, but he was out cold. I didn't know what to do. I didn't dare leave the gun. I just didn't know what to do. Finally, I thought I heard somebody coming in the front. I found a back door and ran until I was out of breath. I went up the stairs of our apartment house 2 at a time, and by the time I got inside my door, I thought my knees were going to buckle. But I had the safe feeling that a guy's own place gives him, you know, no matter how stinking it is. Pauline was cooking supper.
Dick? Oh, Dick, hello.
Liver and onions again?
I heard you come in, Dick. I'm glad you're home.
Liver and onions.
Well, I know it isn't one of your favorites, but liver was on sale.
Turn it off.
All right, but I'm going to eat it.
No, you're not. Neither one of us are.
Dick, what is it now? You've been drinking.
2 drinks and I'm drunk, huh?
I didn't say that. But when you drink, it means something's happened. What is it this time?
I made up my mind.
Oh, you mean you're going to take a job?
Yeah.
Oh, darling.
Well, you haven't heard it all yet.
I don't need to hear anymore.
Listen, I know I haven't been a model American husband.
Oh, dear.
Nobody ever voted me the guy most likely to become a millionaire, but, honey, well, I didn't always get the breaks, you know.
No, of course not.
You need to get a certain amount of momentum to... Why kid anybody? It's been my fault.
No, it hasn't, darling. Mm-mm. You've tried in your own way.
Don't keep it up. Everybody thinks I'm a sponge or a deadbeat. You told me they did.
They don't know you like I do.
Nobody believes in me. There's no reason why they should.
I believe in you.
Do you really?
Yes, darling. Yes.
Say it again.
I believe in you.
How much?
As much as anybody could. More.
Would you believe in me in Chicago, in Milwaukee, or in San Francisco?
Anywhere. Anywhere in the world.
All right, then we're going.
Going? Where?
San Francisco.
My
From
job.
now on, I'm doing the work for this family.
Well, how can we
Look,
pick
I've
right
got the
up...
money here. Look at it.
Dick! How much is this you have? Where'd you get
Never mind. Look, I got it, and it belongs to me. Take half of it. Go ahead, take it.
Well, all right, but I
Now, look,
already...
go down to Grand Central.
Really,
and buy
lady? Where'd you get all this? Well, let's see. He left saying, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Burroughs and get that money he owes me. And she's like, wow, you got all this money. Where the heck could this possibly have come from?
Pullman tickets
I sure hope Mr. Burroughs isn't dead.
to San Francisco on the 9 o'clock train.
Well, I'll have to pack. Did you rob a bank?
Don't bother. Buy what you need downtown. It'll give you something to do. From now on, we forget this stinking place and start over from the bottom up. New clothes, new landlords, jobs, new friends, and new enemies. Dick Payne will show them. Yeah, I'll show them all what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, why do you want me to go
With a name like that, who can stop me?
alone to the station? Why aren't you coming?
I got business to do first. I'm going to pay off all my debts, everybody I owe. How do you like that?
Oh, it's wonderful, Dick. But honestly, now, where did you get that?
Skip the
money?
questions. It's my dough. I work for it. Satisfy you?
Well,
Now listen. You get reservations at Grand Central and get on the train. It stops at 125th Street. I'll be busy uptown, so I'll get on at 125th. You got it?
125th Street Station.
Right.
Yeah.
And when that train pulls out of that station, the guy sitting next to you is going to be me.
Oh.
And we'll be heading for a new life, baby. A new life. If she knew what was really on my mind, she'd never have left. I couldn't risk hanging around 42nd Street, showing up at Grand Central with all its bright lights and its cops. I had to hide in some uptown dive where nobody'd find me and then sneak on the train to 125th Street, where it got only about 3 bulbs and no cops. I stood at the window.
Right, Mela, dude? Like, what kind of a name is that, bro? I'm sorry, there is no way in 1950 that nobody was saying, bro, your name is messed up, dude. Like, come on. That had to be an inside joke. Somebody at the frickin' radio station was probably like, we're going to call him Dick Payne.
And watched across the street. That's when I noticed this guy. A guy standing on the other side of the street looking up right at the apartment. Big, bulky, with policeman-type shoes. I jumped back from the window as he started to cross the street. I pulled my gun out to see if it was loaded. I heard him. I heard him coming up the stairs. There was nothing to do but wait for him.
Gee, I wonder if this guy's also going to get himself killed. I sure hope not. I sure hope this guy doesn't make me kill him, too.
What do you want?
You're Richard Payne?
No, Anderson's my name.
Isn't this apartment 12?
Yeah, it is. I moved in this morning. Paid moved out yesterday.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You fit the description I got until I find out better you're the man I want.
Look, I tell you
we
that
got
this...
a little business, you and I
Look,
don't...
I reached out and I jerked him off his feet into the room. I knew they'd find me, but I didn't think it would be this quick. He was big and he knew how to handle himself, but I swung the butt of my gun against the side of his head and he went limp. I held him up against the door. I didn't want to touch him, but I thought maybe I could find something in his pockets that would tell me how they knew about me. He didn't have a gun or a badge, only a piece of paper. He was a bailiff from the city hall. He's come to evict us. Evict us, and I'd killed him. I wasn't a killer. It was
his fault.
Momentum. Everybody I met. 3 people in 3 hours. Out of my way.
What are you doing with
Look, Mr. Dick Payne, I'm gonna level with you. That is pretty bad. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Killing 3 people in 3 hours, it's bad. Okay, let's just face facts. Let's take stock of the situation. All right, let's be real with ourselves. It's bad, but it's not over yet. We got this.
You're crazy. No, this place is a regular buckhouse.
Why, Mr. Payne, what's the matter?
Move that baby carriage. Get out of my way.
Don't point that gun at me.
Move it.
Don't.
I said move it. Oh, no, you don't, Topper.
What? Dude, what? Bro, 3 hours ago, this guy was just like some random deadbeat dude. And now he's like, oh, you don't, copper. Like he's freaking Little Caesar or something. He's just turned into a gangster all of a sudden. Who'da thunk, dude? All it takes is 3 murders, and you just turn into a stereotypical 1950s gangster. Oh, no, you don't, Flatfoot. You never catch me alive, copper. Yeah, Jeff, I feel like Dick Payne is almost like the perfect name for like a supervillain in like a comic book, and he's just like goes around kneeing people in the groin all day and says some sort of quippy one-liner about it. Take that. It's Dick Payne here, delivering some real pain for you.
The second bullet hit me. Hit me somewhere in my back, up high. I don't know where exactly. The pain was everywhere at once, and for a moment everything stopped working. I grabbed the edge of a building and saw a long alley wavering in front of my eyes. It was a long, dark alley. There was a light at the other end. I got my breath and started towards that bright spot. I knew the whole neighborhood would be after me, besides everything else. Now, I'd been shooting at cops.
Yeah.
At the other end turned out.
Day definitely didn't go the way I planned it this morning, but, when does it ever, I sure didn't think when I was eating my Wheaties this morning I'd be shooting at the cops and killing a bunch of people, but, things happen, dude. Life goes on. You just gotta roll with the punches. Successful people, they just adapt and overcome.
To be a milk truck without a driver. All of a sudden, nobody had to tell me what to do. I got in and I drove off. I left the truck somewhere on 127th Street or someplace, I don't know where, a block or 2 from here. The toughest thing of all was climbing the stairs to get up here to the station. 3 flights of stairs, a step at a time, and like my head would fall off from pain every time I took a step. Just a minute.
Oh, hello. Hey, you sick, mister?
Where do the Pullmans stop?
Oh, the Pullmans always stop up front by the second light.
What time does the Chicago train come in?
Oh, they just arrive. Leave a Grand Central, 11:50 o'clock. Arrive here, 12 midnight, under the hat.
I've got to make the prosciutto for me grandma. For me papino.
I sweep up the platform always on the time. You gonna catch?
Yeah.
Where's your bags?
My wife got on at Grand Central with the luggage. I'm meeting her. We're going places, boy.
Oh, that's nice. So where you going? Chicago, Kansas City?
As far as it'll take me, west.
Oh, San Francisco. That's a nice town. When you get to...
I hear that there's a lot of the gays over there. Yes, in the San Francisco.
I got a job there.
That's good. Well, maybe someday I take a train to San Francisco. Now I got a job here, sweeping. Hey.
I love the casual racism of the freaking... That's awesome, dude. I love it. I love that accent. That's great. I wish I could do it that good.
Listen.
I'm just a here sweep, and I just got to sweep and sweep and sweep. And they keep telling me, Luigi, you sweep so good. We're hoping you never go to the San Francisco, because we just cannot find anyone who sweeps so good as you. I say, oh, I do it only for my pepino. It's just to get the prosciutto for my pepino.
It's just to come out of the tunnel. It's on the time.
Good.
That's pretty, huh? Good. Except when the train comes at night. When I work, it's always quiet up here. I used to brush
Somebody dumped the marinara all over the floor. Oh, no.
the dirt off of the side. Down she goes, 45 feet down to the street where the daughter belong. Mister, please move the foot so I sweep where you stand.
Sure.
Thanks a lot. I sweep just...
And you know the guy doing the voice is like as white as can be, dude. That's why the accent's so good. They got like Hank. Some dude named Hank doing this voice, dude. It's great. I love it.
Hey.
It's like frickin' what's his name? Charlton Heston in Touch of Evil doing the brown face playing the Mexican. It's awesome, bro. I love it. Take us back.
What's this?
Huh?
Your nose don't bleed, man. There's a fresh blood drip on the platform. Hey, what's your name?
None of your business.
Just a minute. More blood. I don't like this. Now I know why you don't tell me your name. You shame. Maybe you the same fellow shoot a policeman tonight.
All right, turn around.
Oh, you gotta go.
Turn around, I said.
Mister, what are you gonna do?
Don't you worry. What do you think? Help me up the steps, please. Thanks. Oh.
What's the matter with that fella? He looks so funny.
Dick? Oh, here I am. You were going right past me.
Pauline, the lights were flickering. I couldn't see. I
Dick,
couldn't
what's wrong?
see. Just tired, terribly tired. I kept my word and met you, but I'm so tired.
Dick, you're hurt.
Take care of me, Pauline. Don't let them get to me. Don't let...
Who? What is it, dearest? Who are they?
Hold me.
The filthy coppers. They're always after me.
Hold me, Pauline.
Oh, darling. What did you do?
It wasn't my fault. I went to get the money from Burroughs.
Dick Payne was a total dick up until the very end, dude. up until the bitter end, dude. Just blaming everybody else. This girl picked right, dude. This girl married right. The worst guy ever.
The money you owed me, I killed.
Oh, no.
And everything
Oh,
went wrong.
no.
Everything. All those people, but I had to get that money. I had to get that money for us.
Oh, Dick, no.
I had to.
What? I got off work early and went to see Mr. Burroughs. He gave me $200. He said when you came by, he'd have you sign a release for it.
Pauline.
Oh, Dick! Oh, Dick!
That was freaking awesome, dude. That was awesome.
Suspense, presented by Autolite. Tonight's star, Victor Mature.
Mr. Mature, that was a top performance.
Well, thanks a lot.
Do you know something else that gives a top performance?
Well, you're probably going to say Autolite resistor spark plugs, huh?
Vic, you're right with Autolite.
Harlow, I would have been very much surprised if you'd said anything else.
Why, sure. Autolite resistor spark plugs with the exclusive built-in 10,000 ohm Autolite resistor permit a wide gap setting, giving top spark plug performance. Top performers, too, are the more than 400 other products made by Autolite for cars, trucks, planes, and boats in 28 Autolite plants coast to coast. They include complete electrical systems for many of America's finest cars. Spark plugs, batteries, starting motors, generators, coils, distributors. All engineered by Autolite to fit together perfectly, work together perfectly, because they're a perfect team. So, friends, don't accept electrical parts that are supposed to be as good. Insist on and get Autolite, original factory parts at your service station, car dealer, garage, or repair shop. Remember, you're always right with Autolite. Next Thursday for Suspense, Red Skelton will be our star. The play is called The Search for Isabel, and it is, as we say,
A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Tonight's Suspense play was produced and edited by William Spear and directed by Norman MacDonald. Music for Suspense is composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Momentum is a Cornell Woolrich story adapted for radio by E. Jack Newman. Victor Mature appeared through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox, producers of the Technicolor production, Oh, You Beautiful Doll. In the coming weeks,
I was going to say, dude, if they say Samson and Delilah, that would be crazy.
you will hear such stars as Van Heflin, Lucille Ball, and Desi Arnaz. By the way, Lorene Tuttle tonight was Pauline. And now, don't forget, next Thursday, same time, Autolite will present Suspense, starring Red Skelton.
Damn, they kind of did Tuttle wrong there, dude. Like right at the end, like, oh yeah. By the way, Pauline was what was that broad's name? Oh yeah, Lurleen Tuttle. Whatever. But Victor Mature coming at you live.
You can buy Autolite resistor spark plugs, Autolite stay-full batteries, Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
This is National Safety Congress Week. The Electric Autolite Company, which received the National Safety Council's Public Interest Award this year, urges you to do your part to promote safety on the highway, in the home, and on the job. Drive slowly. Death and danger travel in fast company. And remember to be careful wherever you are. The life you save may be your own. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Heck yeah, dude. That was 10 out of 10. I freaking loved that. I loved that episode. That was so good. Oh, boy. It's always nice when we get good episodes, man. There's nothing worse than a bad radio episode, dude. It just ruins my whole mood. Mela says I always think of Half-Baked when I hear Samson. Oh, my gosh. I haven't thought of that movie in forever, dude. Holy mackerel. I haven't thought of that movie in so long. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, guys, I hope you liked it. I hope you liked our little Victor Mature Momentum episode. That was great. That was the only one I really had locked and loaded, ready to go. I figured if we do a second episode, it would just be a random one. It would just be a random one. So I think we're just going to go ahead and kick the can on down the road and pick it up next time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. As always, shouts out to all of our lovely radio, live chat homies, homeboys, and homegirls. Thank you so much, dude. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking with me while we do these shows that I always really enjoy. And hopefully some people can be exposed to a totally different genre of entertainment than they might be used to. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to say before we wrap her up. I think that was it. I'm tired. I'm going to get ready to go sleep. Hope you all have a great night. God bless you wherever you are. Pray for each other. Pray for me, a sinner. And until next time, Lil Ewok signing off.